Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Da-da-da-dun.
Da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da.
It's an Addams.
Action.
Hello and welcome to DNC Divide and Conquers. Let's talk about that. And we're talking about Addams Family Values, a 1993 movie that is actually kind of rated good and not good at the same time.
What does that even
There's
mean?
Well,
It's
it's
rated
6.7. It's 6.7 on IMDb, but 77 at Rotten Tomatoes and for over 5. So it's actually is a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
To summarize it a little bit, as I'm reading the summary, the members of the Addams family are up to more macabre antics.
Macabre.
Macabre.
No.
Macabre. antics.
Macabre. It says macabre on there. It says macabre.
This time around, Gomez Addams and his wife Morticia are celebrating the arrival of a baby boy, but siblings Wednesday and Pugsley are none too happy about the new addition to their and try their best to eliminate the infant. When Nanny Debbie appears to keep the kids in line, her presence leads to an unexpected, treacherous twist.
Oh.
Dun dun dun!
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what the movie's about.
Yep.
That's exactly what it is. It's actually pretty fun movie.
Yeah, it's great.
It is.
It's fantastic.
It's a good time.
It's a good time.
So
First
let's
time, good time.
first time, Jaber. Let's
First time.
the movie didn't have like any like super like thought provoking things. It did have at its core a very specific theme, which like makes sense. There's a like duh moment. Ooh, there's that echo. There might be echoes in this episode. We'll see. There was that ooh moment when I was like looking at which Addams Family did I want to talk about specifically, and when we picked this one, the Addams Family movies tended to have the same like style, which is Fester gets used usually because of his money, because the Addams Family is inherently wealthy, and Wednesday spots it. The family has a get together, and then they resolve it as a family. At the end of the day, everybody's happy, and the whole it is like family is the point of the film, and Addams Family. It's like right, and it's one of those things where this 10th time watching it, when Pugsley and Wednesday were like, oh, is it a boy, is it a girl? And then, Gomez just comes and like, it's an Addams. Like, it doesn't matter what you are.
Mhm.
You are an
You're
Addams.
an
family.
Addams.
You're part of the family.
It's a girl.
Go ahead.
What news? Father, what is it?
It's an Addams.
And that in of itself, I think, is the entire core message of this movie, and why it's a good film. You feel happy about it. You're accepted. The film definitely tries to showcase you are an outcast, the societal norms that try to push you away. This is how you have to be. Every single person in camp looks the same, acts the same. Versus like the Addams Family, so like different. Every single person is in the best way possible. Like, everybody's a freak in their own way. Everybody looks different. Everyone has their own aesthetic, even though it is dark and gloomy. Everyone is different. You cannot say one person looks like another, and that is the beauty of that, which I think goes into some other conversations like we had before, where like, like in the previous one, like, goth, everything's like, no, well, there's industrial, there's like the hippie goth. There's like the metalhead, like all these dark themed people that are or dark themed clothing, dark themed aesthetics. It does not fall under one category, and there's just so much branching out versus dressing up like a pop star, dressing up like this other thing, and I like it. It's so cool. It left some strong impressions on me about what does it mean to be family unit, and even going on into, so what if a family member, the baby, is not does not grow up to the expectations of the father and mother. The movie tried to, in a humorous manner, like, oh, let's cast the demon away or something, but when it's like, no, this is who they are. And which I think this is the actual core message, besides the jokes here and there, because it's funny. You're a normal rosy cheeked baby. You're obviously possessed. Like, that's the joke, right?
Stay back! He's very sick! My baby!
That in itself doesn't take any flavor, or I think part of the conversation. The actual conversation is like when Morticia was reading the Dr. Seuss books. It wasn't something that she liked. It's not at all the aesthetic of the family. It's not anything to do with the family. But she's doing it for the kid.
Yeah. Basically, like acceptance now.
Yeah,
like, I'm accepting that who you are.
Exactly. The children wanted to go to summer camp. That's a plot twist and a hook. They're like, oh, summer camp? Really? That's in fresh air and sunshine? Why? I don't know. That's what they want to do. We don't like it, but we'll accept them for who they are. Let's send them to the best. And it's not any summer camp. It's the best summer camp. What did the one lady say?
Summer camp.
Huh?
It's the privileged summer camp.
Yeah, it is privileged summer camp, which we'll get to that topic in a minute. But they went to the most expensive camp out there. That one lady said that it was cost like $20,000 for the summer here. Like that's a down payment for a house, like just to be at the camp. Like what?
For the summer, like 2 months.
Yeah, exactly. It's and it wasn't anything spectacular. It's just like you're saying, the privilege of the name of the camp, Chippewa.
Yep.
Which I find funny that in the play that they did, the big arc thing. I know we're going all over the place, but in the play, it's like, oh, us, the privilege, and then Chippewa, which is the name of the camp. The theme was second. All the Chippewas that all the people that are portraying the Native Americans are not the stars. They're the second. Our camp is themed Native American. The play is about Native Americans. Native Americans are not the stars.
But the whole point of it is it's about the pilgrims. That's what it's about. It's not about the
Yes, the story was changed. The script and the narrative. It's about us privileged individuals letting these savages in, and that's an amazing topic, especially with the movie that's rated like this, a PG movie, because it's showing the darkness that that Thanksgiving is. It's like no, let's literally whitewash that. It showed that so plainly with anyone that was a different ethnicity, anyone with this disability. They don't even try remembering their names. They're not the stars of the show. They're just the other. And the parents were so like, oh, look at my daughter, a star, privileged to not... They were making fun of all the Native Americans. They were making fun of everything that wasn't just blonde hair, blue-eyed, white-skinned person. And it's just a great fucking scene. It's amazing how they take it back. It's like you think that you can just walk all over us, like well, here's the freaks coming out, and it's great. It's an amazing story.
We cannot break bread with you. Huh? Becky, what's going on? Wednesday! You have taken the land which is rightfully ours. Years from now, my people will be forced to live in mobile homes, on reservations. Your people will wear cardigans and drink highballs. My people will have pain and degradation. Your people will have stick shifts. The gods of my tribe have spoken. They have said, do not trust the pilgrims. And for all these reasons, I've decided to scalp you and burn your village to the ground.
Talking about that, basically that scene on the Camp Chippewa from the beginning of that. So talking about basically the characters and the actors and the actress that
Yes, of course.
that does that created and did the acting for each characters, specifically Wednesday, and that smile. That was so good. It was she was you can really see that not as Christina Ricci, I think that's how you say it.
Ricci.
Not as her, but as Wednesday. You can really see it that she's struggling to get that smile out. And when she
Good acting.
and when she finally got the smile out, she was like, that horrific smile. Just, I'm gonna kill someone.
I think I've said that a few times. Just her expression in the movie is like,
Yeah.
I just want to kill all you people.
I mean,
And-
she did talk about murder. Like half of the film, half of her lines are about murdering somebody.
And showing all the weapons to do it with, you know.
Yeah, and then also basically the rest of the actors as well. They really did portray
Yeah.
the character really well.
Yes.
Gomez Addams, as Jesus said, is the dream.
Can I just talk about Gomez for a bit? Like,
Yeah.
legitimately, like there a couple of years ago there and still today there's that I think characters like Harley Quinn and Joker are romanticized.
Yeah.
And it's like oh, look at this perfect couple, and like the Joker tries to kill her several times. That's not the role model you should go after. The role model you should go after would be Gomez and Morticia. That's the ideal power couple. They have it made. They are in love with each other, have families, their number one value. They respect and love each other's weirdness and embrace it. Anytime there's like any like, oh, the ball and chain, it's like, oh no, I'll go get the ball and chain. Like we should talk about puns in a minute because the movie's filled with beautiful puns. And the twisting of words.
Innuendo.
Yeah, a lot of innuendos. But they respect each other. They love each other. They would kill and die for one another. It's amazing. When I look at Gomez, sorry, I'm interrupting. What's that?
No, they're passionate about each other.
Yes.
It's not necessarily just the romantic passionate. It's more, I want to always be around you. I want to always be with you and doing things with you and stuff.
Yeah, like I want to support what you got going,
Mhm.
even if it hurts me. They say
Yeah.
that a few
Yes,
times.
they
If
do.
it's bad for me, I don't care.
I don't
care about
care.
you.
And it's
want to be
also
with you.
not to point to like the dangerous because this is also a thing, and I want to kind of address that little tiny line that Hollywood does where like you always have to be with your significant other. You don't, and Gomez and Morticia do that. When Morticia's like, oh, I want to like, you know, reign hell and be part of the Black Crusade with all the witches, he's like, you should go do your life.
Loving husband, a family. It's just I wish I had more time to seek out the dark forces and join their hellish crusade. That's all.
You can, you shall, so it must be.
Like, go be part of this. That has nothing to do with him. I think a lot of cinema nowadays, it's like, we're gonna be always together and it has to be always together. I've been in situations where a person was toxic-y, like, you have to be with me, next to me. You can't go out and talk to somebody else at an event. You have to be here, or that means we're not really together and you don't actually love me. Like, I've seen the dangers of that, like the twist on that a lot of cinema does. But like, Addams is Gomez, that is, in my head, out of anything that I've seen in cinema, that is a man. Like, that is who you should idolize. Sophisticated. He enjoys all the high qualities of success. A cigar, a hard liquor, like all those things that we interpret with like a powerful man. He dresses well. But in that of itself, he loves his brother. He is in love and worships his wife without being over the top and letting her do whatever she wants. He would spend any time with her, but also let her do whatever. He loves his children, plays with them, tries to teach them things, lets them explore whatever they need. He goes and tries to fight for his brother whenever he can, eat him out of his own comfort zone and going to like the cops. Like, he is a fine dancer. He is a linguist. He is a master like fighter. In the last movie, he was he did a lot of sword fighting. He does many things like arm wrestling. But whenever he wins, it's not. It's like, that was good. That was a great challenge. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, he is
the very opening scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
a great, and they're filthy rich. Money's not an issue. Whatever my children want, $20,000 to go to a camp that I don't agree with at all because it does not fit what my education and with my norms and how I grew up. That's not a problem. My kids will have it because they want to. Like, it was a lie in the film, but that's what they want. My brother that I love and adore has abandoned me. I have to respect. Like, I'm gonna try fighting for him, but once I did, I have to respect his wishes. If he does not, if I need to be,
it starts to kill him.
And
like,
also
literally.
that he's not afraid to show pain. He's not this macho man. Cue in the Macho Man song.
Oh.
he's not this like macho man who will hide his tears or hide his pain. No, it's he communicates with his wife. They're so vocal about everything. Like, he shares his pains with her. Like, that is non-toxic masculinity. That is an amazing person to try to achieve. Other than the murdering part.
We have Angelica Houston playing Morticia. She's queen, she's bae, she's everything. I love her so much. She's I know, has the light. It's actually
light.
Yes.
That specifically, like, they had the light geared just towards her eyes, and then eventually, like, it would actually expand out to her face a little. But that was the whole thing.
Yes,
that
it was
they
beautiful.
did that.
It was a great choice.
It was good.
Yeah, it actually, there's one part we were even noticing where she's kind of moving quickly and the light had to like catch up with her.
Yeah.
But it reminded me a lot of a very famous, very older movie where they kind of pioneered that technique of shooting across the nose because they said that was supposed to be the most flattering female angle for lighting, which is Dr. Zhivago. Which is very interesting, and it was, you know, one of the first kind of romanticizing a woman and as a lead. It was a really cool thing to see. So
Yeah.
I like that. I felt like they gave her homage, if you will, for being, you know, the queen that she is.
She's a queen.
She's amazing. We all love her.
Like, I think also it's because she can say a lot of things just with her eyes. It's just her looking.
Yes. Oh
like,
gosh, her eyebrows.
is she
Oh.
angry? She does something. Like,
Yep.
is she trying to seduce her husband? She just looks. There's a lot of things that she can do and say with
Yes,
just
those
that
eyes. Oh my god, those eyes, dude.
So Gomez is played by Raul Julia, and I've not seen him in too many other things, honestly. However,
he
he's
was
just an amazing.
Bison, I believe, in Street Fighter.
Ah,
That's the first time I saw him. That I remember him. He has
Yeah.
really distinct eyes.
yeah, he's amazing. He embodies Gomez. I can't imagine anybody else being
Mhm.
Gomez.
He is Gomez.
Of course, we have Christopher Lloyd as Fester.
God, his facial movements, it's incredible.
Yeah, that was
I
so
love
good.
it so much.
It
Just
means to rot.
Like Fester is a little bit more into like the smaller guy, so they have to like do a lot of like for makeup or
Yeah.
to make him look a little bit more like Fester, but still all his facial expressions still really showed with all
Yes.
the whatever they put on the
the
prosthetics, I guess the prosthetics makeup or whatever to put on his face. It still really showed a lot with his facial expressions, his eyes, his smile, or when he's scared, it's like you can really see it. You know?
You see his emotions very clearly, and I love when actors can portray emotions like that.
Yeah.
Just clearly without actually saying anything. Just you see it, and it's beautiful. Which I feel like everyone in this movie did
Yeah.
very well.
Mhm.
The antagonist, I guess, is Joan Cusack, Debbie.
She did an amazing role. Oh my god, she did so good.
Yep.
Yeah, that was good.
She's oh my gosh, like
Debbie the Karen.
Debbie the Karen. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, she's you just love to hate her in this movie.
Yeah. Like the way she acted both roles as being this caring nanny and then this sadistic serial killer, like going back and forth to it. It was great.
Yes, it was.
We have Christina Ricci as Wednesday, which I was talking a lot about how you can see a lot of people like acting with their faces and everything. She does a lot of blank face in this movie, which I appreciated because it's perfect for her character.
It is exactly.
Yeah, we know Wednesday doesn't show emotions at all.
But her dialogue
That-
is just
Yeah, those dialogues, those little quick jabs of insults.
Oh yeah, she was so witty and on the point. She
All
fucking
your life.
cuts you. Oh.
We have Carol Kane as Granny. She's in so many other things as well. She's
Princess Bride is what
Yeah.
I always think of her in because she's amazing in that.
She
Yeah.
did a like really really good voicing in this film. Like through all the makeup and prosthetics and everything, she did an amazing like classic witch. It's pretty good.
yeah.
It was good.
Jimmy Workman is Pugsley. I really don't remember seeing too much of him in other things.
Yes.
He's in As Good as It Gets.
But
Apparently.
what about the best actor in this
Yes.
movie? Christopher Hart.
Yeah, see, you think it's hard to act with your face? Act with your
Yeah.
He's singing,
V.
Christopher Hart thing.
and you can see exactly what Thing is thinking. So yeah, we have so many really talented people in this movie who act their butts off and do it perfectly. I was never once taken out of the moment because somebody was acting silly or not
Yeah.
immersing themselves in the role. So I love them. I
was
love
great.
them all.
Everything from like makeup being costume, especially the set design, the props. It was old, it was rickety, it was dangerous. Everything fit the world for the Addams Family. Like
Yes.
they translated like that 1930s 40s comic strips, and they realized it within the film. It was the aesthetic that you needed. Kind of a little bit of like the discussion before, like when they go out into real world, you see it's just mundane. Even going into camp is just mundane. But the Addams' household, that is that aesthetic. It's amazing. It's beautiful. You know the Addams Family. Like it's not just creepy. It's old. It's every trope. It's every classic trope. Because Gomez is classic. He's sophisticated. Morticia is that classic look. We have a classic witch. We have a classic stereotypical household. Like every the wife, man, child, boy, and girl. Like we have a classic look. Again, with the acceptance and all that speech, but it's a very traditional thing. They do the tango. They like it's. I mean, the bachelor party, like these are things that are just like it's also the scene, poor girl.
Girl, Lurch, was she in there before you baked? C'est la vie.
Like they're taking those like romanticized, because Gomez and Morticia are romanticized incarnate. They take those tropes, they take all the classic things, and they Adamsized it because it is the Addams. It is cartoonish and wild and dangerous, but always with the flair of fun, always with the flair of excitement. Every dangerous stunt, like an animal falling on the kid, it's always relieved with something happy. When all the knives get thrown, it's always a comedic grin. Like danger to them has a funny side to it.
Yeah.
And even with death, there is a funny side to that. It's great.
That cannonball falling on Lurch.
Yeah.
He just like boom, and then he continues to water.
And
I think what you're saying too, how it's so funny, that they've got the themes and the colors and everything that's so perfect. And then Angelica Houston Morticia in this role, being the classy lady that she is, completely to the hilt. Her biggest insult is never ingracious and like cutting and catty. She says, "Pastels, really?" I mean, that was her cutout. It was so perfect.
Like, I can respect you for dominating this man, poisoning him, ruining his life,
taking him away from us.
Pastels.
But pastels.
And she's like, she gets just a perfect reaction.
I mean, where did Wednesday learn it? Like, she says
exactly.
All he needs to say is one word, and she cuts right to you.
Yes.
I kind of wanted to not necessarily talk about puns, but at least mention that there is a crap load of puns within this movie, and we might have to
play on words. All of these things. Oh
Can
my
we
gosh.
say slapstick?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this movie is slapstick. Yes, so slapstick comedy.
Cara mia.
So, you still desire me after all these years? The old ball and chain.
Forever.
I'll get them.
One thing I wanted to
Please.
definitely mention was the I didn't notice too many references to other movies, but the one that stuck out the biggest to me was at the very end, the Carrie reference. Joel, the Wednesday's love interest in this, He's bending over Debbie's grave and he's putting flowers down or something, and he's saying, "We're sorry, Debbie." And then as soon as he puts his hand out, a hand reaches up and grabs his, and that's so Carrie. And I was like, "Oh yes, I'm so glad they did that."
it's a good scene. It definitely puts.
It's the classic movie.
It does, and it's also a tie-in to like the darker themes of Addams Family in general. So I love that.
Yeah, because it's like basically it's like towards the end they're getting happily ever after, and then and then here's Wednesday and Joel in the outside talking about like, hey, would you ever get to get married and have kids? Blah blah blah. You know, they're having a happy moment and kind of love moment
like,
as well. And then all of a sudden there's that hand, just as scary, and then that smile, that Wednesday smile of like,
I know.
that just horrific smile.
Yeah. Oh, I truly do like that. I love that response. I don't want kids. Like if I ever get married, I don't want kids. I have plenty of pets. Pets are the new kids, and plants are the new pets. That is my things. Yeah. But the movie was at a good speed. Everything was introduced when it needed to be. The plot kind of came pretty fast. It didn't drag along like my one critique with like half horror films is you have to first establish the love interest and then halfway through establish the monster. Like, we don't care about that.
No, don't do that. That's
it was
stupid.
Like within like the first 5 minutes, hey, I'm pregnant right now, baby. And it's like you didn't even show. And like the plot develops pretty fast, pretty easy.
The one moment she gives, she's like, like that was her moment of pain.
Yeah, classy lady. Never show pain. Never break from your tight dress in your makeup and decor. Man.
I love her.
Speaking of makeup, that one scene where like going back to the just wanted to say the Addams should be a man to aspire to. The movie actually does tell you that a lot. The Wednesday's love interest tries to embrace like the dad's aesthetic, a little cheek joke there. But like, when Fester needs advice, it's like this is how you should act. You should worship the woman that you want. You should act this way. And even at dinners, he was trying to give him cues like, don't like hold the chair for her. Like, these gentlemanly things that should be brought back, not for any, and none of it was ever like, oh, we're doing this because how fragile the woman is. He fucking spun Morticia to the point that she caused fire. They're not fragile creatures. It's just this is what a gentleman should be like. And absolutely. Like that's the. I just wanted to play a little bit back of homage that because I remember that I wanted to say that point. But yeah, the movie was fast-paced. The editing was amazing. So a lot of practical effects and the special effects that were added to it were great. The jokes definitely had like a fast cut to it to have that comedic moment because of the supernatural speed of him throwing the daggers, or like the overall strength of him throwing Fester, who easily weighs like 100 pounds more than him, across the room and sticking to the wall. It was great. I loved it. I cannot praise this movie enough for everything that I love. I think this is definitely a movie to show your kids. This is definitely one of the. There are some adult jokes, but they're written in an adult way that you don't understand unless you understand the joke.
Right.
Like
my favorite, I think, if I could have an example,
Yeah.
very beginning. They're sitting there in the waiting room for the delivery to happen for Morticia having her baby, and there's this little kid telling her the Addams family, the whole story of how a baby comes to be, and the stork and the Cabbage Patch and a diamond that becomes this and that and this.
Yeah.
Wednesday, it's like, oh well, yeah, my parents had sex.
Yeah, that one might not be at all where I was going at. That might be the one joke that was not for the kids. Don't introduce kids to that word just yet. I was thinking
it.
it's funny as fuck, yeah. And I think if you don't know what that word means, you're like, huh? Okay. But more subtle, like the quirks all popping off after like their dance are like, like those type of jokes. There is, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Maybe this isn't for children. There's quite a bit of sex talk in there. So like your older kids maybe, not your preschoolers for sure.
It's PG-13 and it's 94 minutes, so it goes at a really fast.
Oh yeah, it's a. There's not a lot to like really discuss. There's no like philosophical quotes or anything like that. The whole thing is family unity, and at the end, even though Fester fucked things up, and not to because the power of the boner. He fucked his entire family over and caused him a lot of pain. Gomez was about to die. The kid was so the new baby was so disturbed that his entire physiological, that's a word, right? His entire body changed.
Yeah.
And in nursery even.
Yeah. Nursery became all
Really
white and white.
Yes, that's right. And pastel.
What? I don't know how that happened, but that's plot purposes for you.
Again, very thematic and good set.
Yes.
It built the moment.
It did. And at the end, he they forgave him. They accepted him back. He apologized for what he did, which is something that's, I think, very important. Like, apologize if you hurt somebody, and it's not like, not that they went this far, but like, just because you apologize does not mean that someone has to forgive you, but you should definitely apologize. And at the end, because the theme is family, they accepted it. Like, oh, you sent me to camp, and he's just like, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Like, there's nothing else that I can't change it. There's nothing I can do. Do you like open arms? Do you forgive me and accept me? And they're like, sure, you fucking degenerate.
A camp they set on fire, to be
yes.
That entire scene by itself of because even when I was speaking of things that were talked about whitewashing and trying to erase America's sins, especially now fucking days, and what people are trying to pass now, it's that those scenes are incredible. Those scenes are like, no, you cannot take this away. You've caused us pain. You've done this. Here's the true history. Because facts are important and what actually happens should be important. But I digress into my own personal politics.
It gives you all the holiday feels you should have.
Yeah, fucking hating your family. I don't know. Turkey is a good thing.
Fires, it's perfect.
Yes. So
Turkey's revolting.
the universe is comedic because it's only supernatural in like the Addams way, when it's revolving around the Addams family or things interacting with the Addams family.
Yes.
There's no like severe people that get hurt or anything. There are jokes about people dying, but that's tongue in cheek here and there. I think, if you can make fun of the light of a murder, but I think it was a great film. I think it definitely had a theme, which was family, and what does it mean to be a unit together, and respecting each other, being okay with whoever you are accepted, you are family. It doesn't matter what you are a family. It doesn't matter if you're a monster or if you are, I'm sorry?
Accepting yourself as well.
Accepting yourself.
Yeah. Happy to be different, you know?
That's all that you should not let other people convert you into whatever they think you should be, like the camp.
Karen, don't be a Karen.
Don't be a Karen. I'm sorry, Karen. Don't be one. I think it's pretty cut movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that I'll probably I would definitely recommend this movie. I'll give it a 2 white hair strokes out of completely black hair.
Okay.
That
That's pretty
sounds
good.
like 1, 2.
That's what I would rate it. There you go. You have our rating for this film.
Oh my gosh.
I have a question.
What up?
What do you think the Addams Family value is? It's the name.
Being a
The
family.
name. Addams is explained by being an Addams.
Yeah. Being a
Define the family
yeah.
value. What are they trying to say? I know we've said it probably 20 times, but
being
you know.
an individual is what you should be.
I think it's more like be yourself.
Yeah.
Being yourself is
Well, yeah. Be whoever you are.
and your family, whether it's your blood family or your chosen family, will accept you.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's good.
yes.
I
And
agree.
Because it's a show, just because they are your blood does not mean that they're family. And just
Yes.
because they're not your blood does not mean that they're not family.
Exactly.
It's a very important thing to know these days.
We're family.
Goddamn family with the DNC family. All right,
I'm so
guys.
sorry. It's just spooky time.
It's just
What
poker
food
time.
would you pair
Hmm?
with the Addams Family value viewing party?
Bloody Marys.
What would be your perfect?
Oh.
Through
No,
a view-
it would be an egg, vodka, and then blood. So yeah, Bloody Mary would be
Yeah.
be the drink
Bloody
of
Mary,
choice.
right?
I can probably bring a Filipino dish called dinuguan.
Ooh.
I know what
Do
you.
you know that? Do you know what that is?
Yes, yes, I do. You,
Yeah, it's. Do you need? I need to explain myself? It's basically meat cooked in blood.
Oh,
Oh.
I was thinking about the chicken.
No.
The-
Maybe I can bring the balot too, which is basically the duck embryo,
I mean,
boiled duck embryo. But
Yeah.
dinuguan is basically, more mainly cooked, diced pork, cooked in vinegar and blood.
Okay, I like
Like-
it. I think you should do a meatloaf too.
never mind,
yeah.
I'm just gonna cook all the food, and I'm gonna be in the corner with the fucking carrot. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching us talk about the shenanigans of this movie. And happy Halloween. I know you guys can't. Yeah, you guys can't go out and get candy and shit. But hopefully stay indoors and have a good one with your family that has been social distancing and has been quarantined, because you guys can still do shit. Just be fucking smart about it. Wear a goddamn mask. God damn it, it's not that hard. It's really
Be
not
safe.
hard. Be safe.
Be safe. Have a spooky time.
Have spooker time. It's just spooker time. All right, adios. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye. Welcome to Divided Conquerors film review. What did we
Oh my
call
fucking
this again?
god. It's called Let's Talk About. The whole thing is like, hey guys, let's talk about the Addams Family. Oh my fucking lord, how many episodes have we done?
I don't know. I don't
Oh
know.
no!
Okay, let's do it again. I
No,
totally
we're keeping
forgot
all
what
of that.
it's
That's
called.
all going in.